Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and I gotta tell you, so I see this video. It's trending on Twitter, and it kind of makes me laugh. Why does it kind of make me laugh? Well, it's a video from Bosstown Dynamics, not Boston Dynamics, which you see behind me, and it shows basically the Atlas robot, or a parody of the Atlas robot, being attacked by humans with a hockey stick and balls, and they're joking and having fun and ha 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 ha. And I actually saw people like trying to be deep and being like, when the robot uprising comes, this will be used as propaganda. Or let's stop teaching them before they learn to speak. Guys, it's completely fake. It's completely 125% fake. What is wrong with people? Can we not do a simple Google? Can we not read that the watermark says Boss Town Dynamics? And by the way, even if it were real, these robots do not have consciousness. They are not going to gain consciousness without some other type of algorithm that I don't know exists. Let's get that out of the way too. So when I see this nonsense propaganda out there, guys, I just can't help but think to myself, hey, you know, Boston Dynamics is a real issue. I've been following them for a long time. And we should be concerned about the Atlas robot, and we should be concerned about automation. But I think that we should look at the real videos of these things, okay? So if you go to Boston Dynamics, I think they've got 1.2 million subscribers, almost 1.3. And they've been putting out videos for well over 10 years now, right? The big dog's been around for, 10 years. And we're going to show you some of those. And there's the Petman prototype, and it's still on a wire, what will become Atlas later. And again, even the Atlas down here on a wire. But if you want to look all the way back to the big dogs, right, and there's more videos than just this one that's featured at Boston Dynamics, but we'll bring it up because I want to show you, actual, abuse of these things. See, look, they were kicking them. They were trying to see if they would last in an environment. Oh no, he kicked a robot that he built. Oh no! No, it's more concerning that the robot doesn't go down. Now, these were used in the Middle East, but a lot of people didn't like them that were on the ground because they were so noisy and they gave up position very easily. But that's 10 years ago, all right? And now if you look at these smaller robots, for instance, hey, buddy, can you give me a hand? Much more compact, much sleeker. Oh, I can't get through. I don't know what to do. This is actually frightening because these are autonomous, and I'm going to show you some of the fields of autonomy. Now, with just a small attachment, all of a sudden, it can open a door. This is concerning, and I know that these videos are out there too, but I don't think it does anybody a service when they're out there putting out hoaxes. So there it is, understands the door, and now that thing understands the door is open for it, and they go right through. So if you want to check out the obstacle avoidance data, and I'm glad that, Boston Dynamics is putting this out. Boston Dynamics, by the way, part of DARPA, Atlas robot as well. That's what this is. So if you look at this, let's hope I don't get a strike on that one. My phone's ringing. I apologize about that. So the debut of the Atlas robot, this is all the way back in the day. So DARPA, Boston Dynamics, the government, MIT, all building these. But Google purchased them back in 2013, had a run with them for about 4 or 5 years. Didn't see the commercialization of robotics as fast enough and profitable, and sold it a couple years ago to SoftBank. However, if you now look at automation and how these things are used, again, we have this obstacle avoidance data. You're going to see the next level of factory-style automation. But I'm telling you now, that's just the beginning. And we're going to talk about all these jobs that are going to be lost. But here you can see, look, upstairs. Even Claptrap from Borderlands can't get upstairs. But don't worry, Boston Dynamics absolutely has you covered. And there's a really good representation of the data that's coming in and flowing through that system so it can be autonomous. Now, like I was showing you before and talking about, these are the robots that you're going to see in Amazon factories, Walmart distribution centers, and everywhere. And they are going to cost tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of jobs over the next 10 plus years. Look at these things. You're never going to have them have a break. They're going to have minimal upkeep, maintenance, and they can work 24 hours a day. Do you think humans are going to be able to compete with that? Find a new skill set. If you're in any of these situations, it's time to find it. Okay? And just going back to how powerful those little yellow bots are. Okay? Let's take a look at this. And notice they all have the clamps on the heads in the front. Right? They're the lead robots in case there's some obstacles. But what could they possibly be towing? There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of them? 10 of these things? Oh, an 18-wheeler. Huh. Maybe not an 18-wheeler. Maybe it's just a Boston Dynamics truck. Let's see if it's the full 18-wheeler. No, it's just a truck. It's a box truck. No alarm. I'm sure if they got 20 of them, they could get the 18-wheeler there. So now let's go to the Atlas robot and how it has developed, even in the last couple of years. So this is 2017. And listen, guys, you'll notice the definition in this video. It's very real. You know, you can see the shadows, everything's moving, the camera's shaking. And don't get me wrong, they did a great job in the hoax video. Look at this thing jumping. It's incredible. That's pretty scary. And again, the hoax video looks good. Go check out how they did it. They did a great job. I'm not going to lie. But that's not worrisome. Now, don't get me wrong. It's going to be tough to, develop these things en masse. 2017. It's going to be expensive, but everything gets cheaper with technology. And here's the parkour Atlas. Again, not on anything else. And those movements, they look, But look at that. Boom, 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 up. That is alarming. I'm much more alarmed at this reality and the reality of automation than, some ethics of beating up fake robots. So this is today in Forbes. Millions of jobs have been lost to automation. Economists weigh on what to do about it. Now, the funny thing is, at CBS last week, they ran this piece. And it was out of I believe, a Wall Street Journal study where they talked about how women, too, will be out of jobs because of automation. No shit. It's not like robots care about gender. And neither does big business. They're concerned about the green, baby. They care about money. They don't care if they're putting men or women out of work. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's ridiculous to think that it would. And they start talking about how automation is coming into banking sectors and other parts of finance and business. And it's not just going to be the factories that we just showed you and talk about. So let's play just a small clip of this.
A new study by McKinsey Global Institute shows that women are almost as likely to lose their jobs to automation as men. This was written up in the Wall Street Journal. The study suggests that up to 100 million women could be forced to find new work by 2030.
Eric Morath is a labor, economics, and policy reporter for the Wall Street Journal. He wrote that article. And
let's just stop that there. New work, How about any work? They assume there's going to be new work for people. Well, I'm not so convinced unless you're an entrepreneur. Unless you have a skill set that is in demand that many people do not possess, there's going to be new work for you. I don't know how that's going to work.
He joins us now. Eric, thank you so much for being with us. Walk us through the study.
Yeah, so the study shows that 100 million women could need to find new jobs by 2030. In the United States, it's almost a quarter of women that are employed now will need to find a new job. And that's surprising because automation has tended to be something that's affected men who work predominantly or work more predominantly in factories. But that's changing. It's coming to finance, retail, the office. And as the automation expands, it's going to affect women in much greater numbers.
So retail. Of course it's going to be retail. Why? Because they really don't need that many people to check you out at the register anymore. All that robotics is very real. I was just in the city. All the McDonald's obviously have the automated computer menu that you touch. Okay? Now, I already have that in my town. That's a service industry job. On top of that, you already have robots. I reported on this, I think, a year and a half ago, that are fully able to do coffee, be your barista, quicker, easier, more efficiently, at less of a cost over time, and they can keep working. And they're going to be burger flippers. That's out there. It's all here. Meanwhile, they are making robotics that are more human-like, that can do more things, that do pose a threat to us. And what are we concerned about? We're concerned about fake videos of guys hitting a fake robot with hockey sticks. And again, there's a lot to be learned here. First, check your sources. Second, check the watermark that says Boss Town Dynamics before you start idiotically tweeting things out. Second, get involved with the real issue. Go check out Boston Dynamics. Learn about DARPA. Learn about what these things are really going to be capable of. This is the public face of robotics. All right? If you don't think that we have more stuff behind the scenes that's classified, you would be extremely ignorant. Folks, if you like this video and you are not subscribed, you're new to the Burmis Brigade, now's the time to hit that subscription button. Ring the bell for notifications so you can join the live stream. But I tell people, listen, just star this up. We're doing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos a day sometime. My goal is to hit at least 10, at least one day this week. We're going to do it. On top of that, when we hit 20,000 subs later today, it appears we're about 26 out. When we hit 20K subs sometime today, we're going to do the 20K AMA Ask Me Anything broadcast, where you can just give me your question in the chat. We'll have it up. We're going to answer as many questions as possible. Obviously, super chats will take priority, and they are much loved here as they help support me putting this news out. Real news about things like Nexium, Assange, Iran. Not afraid to tell you guys the truth. So I will see you guys on the flip.